This is my grandpa. He wasn't always bold. He was a real gentleman, well educated, gallant, and most importantly, he had a great sense of humor. My grandpa was a vet, and he was very good at it. He was a very, very dynamic person. Whenever he had time, he would travel to places, learning about the world and having great experiences. He really did live his life to the fullest. But this film isn't about my grandpa. Alright, let's get into it. The story of my grandpa's bike. One day, my grandpa was heading to a local barber to have his hair cut, and as he passed the lottery shop, he saw a Phoenix bike hanging on the wall, the bike that everyone dreamed of owning at the time. He immediately fell in love with the bike the instant he saw it, and decided to not cut his hair that day, and entered the lottery shop to bet his luck on the lotto ticket. A week later, things turned out exactly as he had hoped. He couldn't believe his ears when he heard the lady on the television reading out loud the number of the winner. Many people offered to buy it from him, even doubled or tripled the original price. But he refused to sell it no matter what price. It wasn't just an ordinary bike to him anymore. It was much more than that. Even though it was like selling a Tesla at the time. Well, maybe not that much, but you get the idea. The bike became his main vehicle for the next decade. He would ride it to work, take my grandma on dates. I was there when he proposed to her. After they got married, my grandma gave birth to my aunt, their first daughter, and it was on that same bike that he took her to school every day. I would say that the bike he won became a member to his family now. Until one day, when the government expropriated all kinds of vehicle that can serve the military, as we were still at war at the time. He was more than pleased to give in his bike for a greater good. However sad he was to part with his bike, not knowing if he was ever going to see it again. But yet, when the war was over, that same bike returned to my grandpa, and despite all the scratches and some of his parts were missing, in his mind, it was still as new as the first time he saw it.